Welcome to the country, where we do country things. And on today's video, going to be moving the goats out to the back pasture this morning. So today's kind of a special day for me because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Been working towards this goal of having the livestock back on the farm and actually being able to set it up and graze these animals like I feel like they should be grazed, which is a targeted grazing technique where, you know, we're putting the goats inside of an electric netting and they're going to be on pasture, moving every day. So I'm really excited to get this journey started and kind of learn as I go and see how it works out. So like I said, this is going to be the first day that I've ever done this, and we're just going to learn as we go. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to make a lot of changes, I'm sure, from the initial setup. So I'm going to go over there and hook up to the trailer, get those guys moved back on the grass, and bring you guys along and show you the start of this process. So just give me a few minutes to get over there and get ready, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got them across the pond dam just fine, and I'm set up on my first little area that I'm going to start grazing. So I think what I've decided to do is run these goats from east to west. And the reason I decided to do that is just in case we have some type of bad weather coming in. You know, it's still technically wintertime. It's only today is the 28th of February. And I want to be able to kind of shelter the goats from the weather using the trailer as a shelter, not only inside, but while the goats are outside grazing. So if we have a big cold front that comes in and it's going to be really cold and nasty and the wind's going to blow, then I want to be able to put the netting on the south side of the trailer. And that way the goats are going to get the south facing sun and they're going to get a wind block. And then if we have a really hot day, where it's going to get hot here in the summer, obviously, the goats can get inside the trailer, but you know, they're going to want to be grazing. And in the summertime when it's hot, I'm going to put the net on the north side of the trailer, and that'll give hopefully a little bit of shade to the goats where they can get up against the trailer and shade that south facing sun, and hopefully allow them to graze a little longer and give them some shade. So that's the reason I decided to go from east to west. This is my first day, the very first time I'm putting any kind of animals in a confinement grazing situation where I'm target grazing. So I'm going to learn a lot here in this first year, I'm sure. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to make a lot of adjustments. And you guys are going to get to see it from the start. So you're going to kind of get to see all of my failures and my successes. But my biggest success so far is just being able to make this dream a reality. Today is, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot to people, but when you've been working towards something your entire life, and you're finally here and doing it for the first time, it's kind of surreal, and it's kind of emotional. You know, I've been talking about doing this targeted grazing for a long time, and finally today's the day. And I'm really excited to get these goats out here and get this net set up and start utilizing this pasture. It's going to be kind of hard to see because the way this land goes uphill as you go further to the west. But you can see we've got a lot of grass out here, not only on this property, but the 40 acres that's directly behind the house looks the same way. It hasn't had anything on it for years since we stopped running our cattle. And we've got a lot of opportunity here to I think be successful at this targeted grazing operation, and to grow and to actually make a living right here on our farm. So that's my plan. That's what I'm doing today, is I'm getting started with the very first portion of the plan, which is putting the goats out. So let me quit rambling on and get the net set up and get these goats on this grass. Okay guys, so got the net set up. So the first thing I'm going to have to learn is how to fold the net up easily where it unravels better. It was really tangled up the way I did it, so got to do a better job of, when I take it down, you know, folding it up so I don't have so many tangles when I get set up. And I got to make some adjustments right here. It looks like it's really loose here, so I'm going to pull these stakes and pull it back to tighten it up, and that way it's not sagging so much. I don't think it's a big deal, you know, being electrified. If the goats touch it, they're going to get shocked, but I don't want them to feel like they can come up there and jump over that. So give me a second just to tighten this fence up, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got it tightened up there pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with the way it looks now. And get the chargers set up on it, and then we'll get the goats let out. You got to remember guys, this is all new to them too. They have never been moved in a trailer like this. They've never been on this pasture. They've never been in this netting but since 3 or 4 days ago. So this is a learning process for them too. You see they're a little bit nervous about it. Once you get one to go ahead and take the leap, the other ones will follow. They've been in the trailer all night, so they haven't had anything to eat or drink since yesterday evening, so they should be hungry and thirsty and ready to come out of there. Oh, we got one. Kind of by accident maybe, but okay guys, I'm gonna get in there and just give them a little bit of a incentive to go ahead and come on out. All right, there we go, guys. Goats out on the pasture. So what I'll probably do is give these goats a full day right here, and it might be easier for me to move them in the evening. Like when I come over to go ahead and put them in the trailer, I'll just move them forward and move the netting. I'd rather lose an hour of grazing in the evening versus an hour of grazing in the morning. So if I move this trailer in the evening when I put them up and then move the netting, and I come over here at daylight and open it back up, then I'll have more grazing early in the morning and then less grazing in the evening. So I'm going to lose an hour either way. So I think what I'll do is move these guys instead of in the mornings. I'll move them in the evenings and set them up for morning graze every evening. I think that's going to be a little bit better for them. So we'll just see how that works out. But I'll come back up here several times today and just check on them, make sure their water is not dry, make sure they haven't gotten out, and just kind of see how well they're grazing this down. Ideally, they'll have this entire little patch of grass pretty much gone by the end of the day, but if they don't, we may make some adjustments. Just like I said, this is something I'm just learning how to do, and I'll have to make some adjustments along the way. But got to get started sometime and somehow. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back.